Welcome to the 10th anniversary season of Project Pitch It. Next, Wisconsin entrepreneurs pitch their businesses to local moguls. They will compete for cash and awards to help scale up their business. These are the moguls. Jerry Gendusa is the founder of Blue Leadership, a company focused on making the world a better place, one leader at a time. He is also the founder of Breakthrough, a network of world-changing companies focused on improving lives and untapping human potential. If you've heard one call, that's all. You know David Gruber, founder and CEO of Gruber Law Offices. The Gruber family proudly supports organizations and charitable causes throughout Wisconsin. Gail Klappa is the chairman of WEC Energy Group and co-chair of the Milwaukee 7. In 2023, he was inducted into the Wisconsin Business Hall of Fame. Harris Turer is the CEO of the Milwaukee Admirals. He is committed to making Milwaukee a better place in which to live and work through his support of numerous charities. Gina Della has dedicated her life to serving as a role model for businesswomen. As the first female vice president of marketing at Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin, she is recognized for driving double-digit growth and mentoring successful teams. With 20 years of experience, she has earned multiple industry awards for her innovative strategies and leadership. This is Project Pitch It.
Hi, moguls.
Hi.
Hello.
My name is Brian Lettingham. I'm the president and founder of Design Department Incorporated. Alongside my business partner, Patrick Tetzloff, we're here today to introduce you to our brand new innovative spherical canister.
Moguls, we've spent the last 21 years helping our clients develop their next generation of new products. We want to talk to you about a product of our own, and that's our revolutionary new spherical canister. Disposable suction canisters like this one here are everywhere in healthcare. And this bucket with a lid might not seem very interesting until you appreciate that a few 100 million of these are made each year, used once, and thrown in the trash. In fact, disposal of suction canisters accounts for 25% of all regulated healthcare waste. So once we appreciated the size of the market, we said there's got to be a better way to do a canister. And then it came to us. A sphere is a superior shape for holding fluids compared to a cylinder. This patented spherical canister costs less because it uses half the plastic to hold the same amount of fluid as a conventional canister. It costs less because it ships and stores in a 35% smaller carton. And it costs less because it uses a less expensive type of plastic to produce. And by the way, it's stronger, safer, and easier to use for clinicians. If we were to just replace existing canisters with spherical, we would reduce plastic waste by tens of millions of pounds per year in the US alone. And moguls, we want to know, do you want to help us take spherical canister to market?
And remember, moguls, one call is all it's going to take
Clearly.
to open a window to an opportunity to make spherical canister
It's gonna take more
the
than one
standard
call.
of practice in surgical fluid collection.
Now, you may have some questions, but before that, if I could get a volunteer, if one of you moguls could volunteer
Yeah,
for a little
David.
demonstration.
The one call guy.
One call. All right, David, come on up. Now, one question we get sometimes when people look at the spherical canister is they say, I just don't believe it holds the same amount of fluid as a traditional canister. So as we told you guys, this is not a biohazard material, this is fruit punch. There is, David, if you could confirm 1,200 cc's of fruit punch in this canister. Confirmed. And if you would be so kind to go ahead and transfer this fluid using this funnel into the spherical canister, and let's see
Don't
if
spill it, David.
I'm Kool-Aid man. Just a little drippage.
It's a little bit of an optical illusion, but as you'll see, it indeed holds the same amount of fluid as a traditional canister. We're just holding it in a much more efficient container.
How much experience do you have in the medical industry?
So we are designers and engineers,
Yep.
and about over the years, I would say half of our business has been the design and development of medical products.
Okay.
Yeah.
What cost so far has surprised you the most?
I think we knew the cost based on mass was real. That was easy, right? We're just using less plastic.
How do you get, and there's experienced people here, but how do you get to the decision makers, since hospitals and the medical profession, like everything else, is resistant to change because most people don't like change?
Part of why we're here is we are experts on the design and engineering of products. We do not have expertise at sales and distribution in the healthcare field. And
I see.
ideally, we're looking to partner with somebody who is already making, selling, and distributing medical products.
And have you talked to hospitals and shown those people, hey, look at this, what do you think? And have they given you thoughts on the product, and what have you heard?
Yeah, we've had focus groups, and what I can tell you is the nurses and the surgical techs absolutely love the product.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you, Moguls. Really appreciate the opportunity to come here today.
Best
Thank
of
you.
luck. Best of luck to
We
you.
appreciate it.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you all.
Coming up, we'll hear from one of our magnificent moguls.
Welcome to Season 10 of Project Pitch It, a local statewide TV show dedicated to Wisconsin entrepreneurs. I'm Bev Greenberg, executive producer and creator of the TV show. Within the TV industry, 10 seasons on air is seen as a major milestone. It reflects success, longevity, ratings, loyal viewers like you, and cultural relevance. Thank you and our magnificent moguls for making my dream a reality 10 years ago. Your commitment to entrepreneurism brings dreams to life and generates a strong economy for us all. Thank you, and stay tuned. We are excited to be with Jerry Gendusa today. Hi, Jerry.
Hi, Gina. How are you?
Thank you. The first thing I want to talk about is our viewers do not realize on every airplane, no matter where in the world they go, you're with them. Why? Why?
I'm with them in spirit, and I'm with them with a business that we were blessed to start called MTech. And we were the first company in aviation to introduce LED lights to the interiors for aircraft.
Jerry, what's the one habit you would tell every Wisconsin entrepreneur to do every day?
Count your blessings every day. When you get up in the morning, every day's got to be a great day. So when you think of it, every problem is an opportunity, and it's how you face those problems. So whether it's in life, whether it's in business, you just got to wake up feeling that you can win the day.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Back to the show.
Hello everyone, my name is Leah Cashaw from Vados Orchid. I'm an artist, an art teacher, and an entrepreneur. I have a question for you all today. Do you have old books, magazines, and artworks that you don't want to throw away, but you're not quite sure if you can recycle them or donate them? You can donate them to Milwaukee's Future Creative Reuse Center. Here, those donations will be turned into things such as collages, mini houses, paintings, jewelry, and so much more. So what is a Creative Reuse Center? It's essentially a thrift store for art supplies that also has art classes, workshops, art shows, and other community events that center around creating sustainably. So how does it work? You can donate conventional art supplies like yarn and paints, canvases, sewing supplies, fabric, and all of those artsy things, as well as unconventional art supplies such as cardboard, boxes, toilet paper tubes. All of those things are gold for an art teacher like me, as well as magazines, dry markers, broken crayons, and so much more. So currently, there's about 3 creative reuse centers in Wisconsin, but they're all about an hour away from Milwaukee. So having one here in the heart of Milwaukee would be an amazing benefit to our large school district and surrounding area districts, as well as our amazing artist community. So with your help, I would be able to establish a physical brick and mortar space so that people from Milwaukee know exactly where to go when they want to donate and create sustainably as well as affordably. The art teacher in me has brought some art supplies for you guys. So I have these paints, pens, crayons, glue sticks,
David
and
does
fun.
not color in between the lines.
Yeah.
Oh, that's okay. I love color. I love color, and there's no wrong answer. I will not be grading you.
Why do you pick
So
on
if
David
you
all the
have
time?
any questions or while you're
He's
thinking,
got all the colors in the world.
So you started with creating jewelry.
Mm-hmm.
When did the light bulb come on and the passion come out that you wanted to move in this direction?
I would say about 2 years ago. So this year I just really want to get super serious about it and just really plan it out and try to make it happen.
So describe where the sources of revenue will come for this business.
So the revenue mostly comes from the store itself, but also the art classes, private rentals, and depending on the physical space, there's an opportunity to be able to have artist studios where they can rent those out.
So when a customer walks through your door, what area of your business would be the most profitable that you hope they're heading towards?
I would say probably the gently used art supplies. So if people donated like scissors, those punches, crayons, things like that.
Do you have trouble right now storing everything that people bring to you?
Not currently. My art room is a pretty decent size and vertical storage is my best friend.
Love it. All right, thank you so much.
Yes, thank you guys
Appreciate
so
it.
much.
Thank you
Yes.
so much.
Thank you.
All right, so next time you have something you're not quite sure if you can recycle or donate, just think of Vados Orchid and the Milwaukee Creative Reuse Center. I'll be glad to take it off your hands.
Fantastic. Thank you.
Coming up, an inspirational story from one of our past entrepreneurs.
Project Pitch It was an awesome experience for me. Lightzilla was operating, doing great, but really without a lot of infrastructure. And being on Project Pitch It gave us a home base. It gave us a space to operate from. So it allowed us to hire our first employee and just continue to gain momentum from there. Today, Lightzilla has over 600 unique products. We have a rental fleet of over 20 different interactive experiences. We have installations all across the globe. Our products have been featured on HBO, on Netflix, on HGTV in different remodel shows. We've been able to support multiple different Make-A-Wish campaigns, and it's just been a really special experience to grow the company and continue to spread smiles across the world. What's great about Project Pitch It is it understands how businesses really grow, so it's able to find who to support and the type of assistance they need to actually help them succeed. I just want to say congratulations to Project Pitch It on 10 seasons. It was super exciting to be a part of season 2, and I'm excited about what's to come.
Hi, Moguls.
Hello.
Hello.
I'm Bob Spearkoff, and these, feel free to take a look, are botch dice. These dice are used in tabletop role-playing games. You've probably heard of Dungeons & Dragons, but there's a lot of different games out there, Pathfinder, Starfinder, and they're all becoming extremely popular at a quick rate. Right now, when you play these games, you need your group of friends, you need the book, but you also need a good set of dice. And as of right now, most dice on the market are made in China, and they're largely commodities. And so what we've done is we've taken these dice and we made them right here in southeastern Wisconsin.
All right.
But yeah, we're not just making dice in southeastern Wisconsin, they're really heavily differentiated. So if you look at the dice, you'll see they have graphics on them. Full color, high quality graphics on every face of every die. That's something that we've pioneered here. It's a process that we call InkFX, and it lets us put the graphics on there. And we're actually patent pending on that process. We do it in-house, which is extremely cool. And it sets us apart a lot. Our dice are also larger than standard dice. The Hero die, the one you're holding right there, is 30% larger than standard, makes it a lot easier to read and more fun to play with. And the rest of them are about 10% bigger. And between being made in Wisconsin and having the graphics and being larger, it really set apart for anything else, totally different than anything else that's on the market. We're the first people to make dice in the United States in almost 20 years. And
Really?
we're currently,
Wow.
yeah, and we're currently the only people making dice. So in the United States, they're made everywhere else. And then this process.
How big
dice
is the market
industry.
for dice? I mean,
So it's not gigantic. A lot of people you talk to probably have these huge total addressable markets. We don't, but it's growing. Right now, there's 4,000 independent game stores in the United States that sell these games. They're all, everyone I've talked to have been pretty interested in the dice. So what are my total numbers for like the total addressable market? I couldn't tell you off the top of my head.
What's the origin of the name botch?
Oh, yeah. So when you're playing these games, because botch is to fail, and when you're playing these games, you roll these D20s, right? That's the hero die, the big one. And when you get a 1, it's a failure. But it's not just a failure, it's a big failure. It's something that is a story moment. And so a lot of people kind of relish it in a strange way, because what happens is it gives the storyteller an opportunity to make a normal failure into something crazy. I wanted to name it not only a gaming term, I also wanted, it's really easy to trademark when you name your company failure. Let me tell you, it flew right through. But
it's a negative word. It catches your attention.
It does.
And
I like
for
it.
me, it's a little punk almost, because what happens is sometimes life hands you a 1, and when it does, you got to make your own luck. And so, like, the irony is I'm selling dice, but I don't let chance dictate my future.
how did you stumble on this idea to roll the dice on this?
Yeah, so I spent.
Pun intended.
That's clever.
I spent a couple years in Shenzhen, China. I'm a product manager by trade, and so I learned how to make things. I come from consumer electronics and got laid off a couple years ago and was looking for gifts for my sister. And there's an age gap, she's in high school, and I was looking at dice, and there were only 2 types of dice on the market. Commodity, the basic stuff that I didn't really care for, and the fancy dice made out of metal, stone. It was deeply impractical. And I'm like, these are neat, they're not great dice. And then these dice are fine dice, but they're not very cool. How do I put that together? And so our goal was to make practical dice that look beautiful.
Where do you want to go with this business? Does it go outside of dice?
Yeah, we're focused on dice. I love dice, but ultimately I would love to see, what other places in gaming, especially gaming accessories, is there room for improvement?
But what is your cost on producing one of these?
So I don't want to give specific numbers. Our margins are workable. Retail, those are $40. And
This costs $40 to purchase.
yeah, at retail. So, and then then stores get that for half. That's normal retailer margin. And our margins are okay. They're doable right now, but we have a lot of manual aspects.
Fascinating.
I love it.
Yeah, it's new, and I know this is a whole niche. It's a whole other thing. But
sure
these
is.
role-playing games were invented right here in Wisconsin. So in Lake Geneva, that's where Dungeons and Dragons was invented. And so this whole form of entertainment is deeply Wisconsin. So it's really cool. I feel like I'm a little part of the legacy, which is nice. Cool. But
Best of luck to
Appreciate
you.
it.
thank you so much. Yeah, make your own luck, right?
Yeah,
There you go.
Thank you.
Next, the moguls discuss the pitches and decide what award will best help the entrepreneurs.
Let's talk about Spherical Canister LLC. From an engineering standpoint, it seems very solid.
It seems incredibly well thought out, simple. I'm trying to think of the downside. I actually want to know, have they had any feedback that says, well, here's one of the problems.
Right.
But other than that, I mean, it seems like they have come up with something that's simple and could save these hospitals lots of money.
He mentioned that over 100 million of those canisters are produced every year. Who is the market share leader in producing those canisters?
Yes.
I would take this idea to them.
Totally.
And if they believed it was a better mousetrap, you probably can cut a deal.
I wrote 2 things. One, they need to market to the people who already trust them, and market where your product has been validated, for sure.
This looks like it's a far, far better product.
Yes.
I haven't seen a downside, which each and everybody went through. I haven't seen a downside.
Let's talk a little bit more about Creative Reuse Center.
She's really got to put down on paper like where her sources of revenue are going to come from.
You know, a great vision to try to have a physical space. And how is that revenue sustainable?
And she should use every single social media platform and utilize like a ChatGPT coupled with her passion and personalize it.
I would literally start off with old school paper flyers and get tens of thousands of out there in the neighborhood, because that's really what you're telling them to do. It's a goodwill for art supplies, right?
Let's talk about botch dice. I absolutely loved them. I actually like the niche market too, because you can have explosive growth within a niche and very focused.
They are beautiful. They're beautiful graphics, very clear. So, I mean, I give him a lot of credit. He seems to have found something that's unique.
But also, he seems to have a bit of a flair for marketing. It sounds like he's at a point where, with the proper help, he can really take off with this.
Yes.
Oh my gosh, absolutely be promoting the Wisconsin piece of it.
He's the guy to sell it.
He's the guy.
Absolutely.
Once he gets a few more connections in this industry, there are far bigger things ahead for him, because I think he's the guy.
Yeah.
This may be an entree to something far bigger.
Next, the Moguls present cash and awards to the entrepreneurs.
Leo, we are so excited to learn what your business is, and we felt your passion, your commitment. All of us felt that, and we are super excited to award you $1,000 to help you towards your business. And one of the things I would want to mention too is I would love personally to help you. I would like to talk to you offline and work on your concept of your business.
Thank you so much.
Absolutely.
Congratulations.
Thank you guys so much.
Guys, thank you so much for your exciting presentation. We were trying to think about, well, what's the downside, and we couldn't think of any. And we're excited as part of Project Pitch It to award you $4,500 that we hope you'll be able to use as you pursue getting this thing into market.
Well, that's incredible.
Awesome. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
so much.
Congratulations.
Great idea. Congratulations.
Thank you all.
Thank you. Thank you guys for the feedback.
Bob from Botch, you're the guy. You're going to get a $10,000 grand prize.
Oh my gosh, thank you so much.
$10,000, which is a tremendous amount of money,
That's
as you know.
huge.
Why? You're very passionate. You're living the dream. You're doing what you believe, because we think right now you're a great representative for what you're selling with your passion, your knowledge, your understanding, and I think this is going to really help you get to the next level.
Entrepreneurialism is strong in the state of Wisconsin. We've had an artist, engineers, product manager. The grit, the determination, the hustle, the innovation, the passion truly showed through. So thank you so much for making Project Pitch It such a great show in season 10.
Thank you all.
Luxury transportation for the Moguls provided by Andrus Livery Services. To learn more about the entrepreneurs and their businesses, check out our website at projectpitchit.com and follow us on social media.